It's so hard to start and to talk, to go back almost 60, 70 years back. It's pretty hard. I was born in a little town of Bielsko, outside, not far from Germany in Czechoslovakia. So I was born with 3 languages right from the beginning. In 1939, the war broke out. I was 10 years old. You can imagine the crime I have committed. I was born Jewish. The Germans invaded us, and nobody ever thought the horrors that we will go through, because Germany was one of the most educated, sophisticated nation in Europe. We didn't realize what went down. When they came into Poland, indiscriminately, they were killing people for no reason. And I still remember I said to my father, what these people have committed that they are executed. He said, I wish I know to answer to you. Well, as time went on, they separated the Jews from the non-Jews and put them in ghettos. What is a ghetto? A ghetto is a city inside a city. So I was in that ghetto just about 1 year. I was a kid, so I managed to sneak out and go to the neighborhood where I used to live, and used to go to the baker and steal bread. That baker could have stopped me many times, but he knew where the bread was going, so he looked the other way. And this was going on for almost a year. Well, my luck ran out. I was 11 years old, just about, and I was arrested. When I was arrested, I had never seen, I saw my father only for maybe 5 minutes, and that was the end of it. I hadn't seen my mother, I hadn't seen nobody anymore. The cruelty, what I went through as a child, I cannot imagine. I cannot even explain it to the people what went on inside of me. But there were a lot of wonderful people around me who would calm me down. You can imagine the tears, the pain to be away from your parents, and you're only 11 years old. So I got in through a Durchgangslager, that means a transition camp. So I went before an assessment, so that he was evaluating everybody, who shall live and who shall die, who shall go to the gas chamber and who should be kept to go to work. So as we were going in line, a guy behind me kicked me in the shin, and he says to me, don't tell him your age. So I got the idea. So when I came before him, before the assessment, he asked me, wie alt bist du, how old you are? And I look at him and I says, 18, in German, because I spoke fluently German. So all of a sudden he started talking to me, and he noticed that I spoke the same accent as he did. He came from Bavaria, I can imagine, I still remember that. So he asked me, wo kommst du her? Where do you come from? I says, I was born in Poland, but my mother comes from Nuremberg. Would I lie to him? And I think that he was from there. So he looked at me, smiled, and he sent me to the left. I don't remember, left or whatever it was. I was sent to work. So when I went to work, the first thing what they did, they put a tattoo on my arm and they took my name away. My number was 17506. I get
76. 520.
520, my number, so I'm getting all confused. Anyhow, they put the number on me, and the number is very small because I was just a little kid. So the number didn't grow. The number was the same, except my arm grew a little bit. So, can you imagine how will I get out of here? The people were dying, falling like flies. And who were those people? Most educated people, intelligentsia, business people, doctors, lawyers were in that quarry working with me, and they were not fit for that kind of work. They were not conditioning, so they were dying like flies. And the guys were as cruel you cannot imagine. When you just looked at him, he shot you for no reason. So I prayed to God, how will I get out of here? So it dawned on me that I claimed I was an electrician. So when they came, they were looking for electricians, I raised my hand, and I became an electrician. I was an electrician like everybody is an astronaut here. It worked. After about 3 or 4 weeks, I was transferred to one camp. And that camp wasn't so bad because it was guarded not by the SS, it was guarded by old policemen who were not fit for the army.